Hey, Maiya, are you there?
Hi.
Hi. Hey, everybody, we're going to take a break from the Leonie Lion special. We're talking with Maiya from a group called the Knotty Knitters. Did I get that correct?
Yes, Knotty, Knotty Knitters.
And you're a group in Eugene that made the news last week by somebody spotted some, what was it, street signs or fire hydrants with knitting on them?
They were meters, parking meters along 8th Street.
Along 8th Street. And I think it's a great idea to decorate our parking meters because, you know, something like that everybody can't stand, everybody hates. It's like adding a bit of charm to the town. So Maiya, tell me how this idea came up and a little bit about your group, the Knotty Knitters.
Well, we just got together about a year ago to knit. I've been knitting for a couple of years, and I have a lot of friends who knit and some who wanted to knit. So we just get together at the Divine Cupcake on Wednesday evenings. And we didn't start out to do yarn bombing specifically. We just wanted to get together. And then we came across the idea of it about a year ago. A book just came out. It's gotten really popular. There's a pretty famous yarn bomber called Knit It Please and some ladies in Denver called the Ladies Fancy Work Society. And we just kind of fell in love with the idea of knitting for public display just because you don't really think of knitting that way. A lot of people still have that stereotype of little ladies knitting at home Afghans. So we just kind of wanted to bring a different perspective to that.
Wow, it's very colorful. It's very great. And you call it yarn bombing, huh?
Yeah, it's called yarn bombing, knit graffiti, grill and knitting, tagging. There's a couple different names for it, but it's all over the world. It's all over the place. You can go online and see pretty amazing installations where whole cars and houses are decorated with knitting.
Now, for those that just tuned in, you said your yarn bombing was available where in Eugene again?
It's downtown on 8th between Oak and Olive. We wanted to, our 1-year anniversary coincided with the Eugene celebration, so we wanted to do something along with that, so something that was right downtown next to the Eugene celebration, but was outside of it, so people who weren't necessarily paying to go in could still see it.
It's an awesome concept because, as you know, myself, I'm in a group called the Eugene Storefront Art Project, and we're trying to bring art to the people, art to the streets. You are literally bringing art to the streets, even much more so than my group, and it's an awesome concept. And and has anybody made any attempts to remove any of your yarn bombing?
Yes, this is our second bombing. Our first one we did on April Fool's downtown on Willamette, and most of our pieces were gone within hours. They didn't even make it till the next morning. So we were pretty disappointed with that, and we don't know the reason behind it, whether it was just people who did it or the city. But the few pieces did stay. One was a parking meter cozy that I had made, and we had gotten actually quite a bit of positive response from the meter maids in that area and a couple people from the city of Eugene who said that they really liked it and wanted to encourage it. So that's part of the reason why we decided to do the parking meters, to make it more conclusive, a more visual impact, and also because the city did seem to enjoy it.
See, this is what I love about Eugene is you have a lot of ideas like this that come out, ideas that you normally don't find in a lot of other towns. I don't want to tip your hand or anything, but do you have plans for other yarn bombings?
Well, we hadn't until we had all this attention recently, and so now we're putting a few ideas together, but we haven't really decided on anything, but you know, it's just kind of a surprise. We're not going to let anyone know where or when or what. It'll just kind of happen when it happens.
Of course. And what other objects do you think you would like to do some yarn bombing on?
Oh, I don't know. There's a couple different ways you can do it. You can decorate inanimate objects, which is what we've been doing. You can make clothing for statues, which is pretty fun, which is what we did. Our first bomb is all the little animal statues down along Broadway. We made them all clothing. And then you can recreate stuff. Like I've seen amazing decorated signs. So someone's knitted a duplicate of like a speed sign and just covered it. So there's a couple different ways to go with them. We're not sure. We're pretty much open to anything at this point. It just depends on how fast we can knit it and our resources, and how quickly we can put it together so we're not spotted too easily.
Well, this is a wonderful concept of putting yarn art out on the street on 8th, and I hope there's some still. Is it still there?
Some pieces have disappeared. There was 9 of us who contributed and 13 cozies, parking meter cozies altogether. And I think at yesterday's count, 2 were gone. So we're kind of hoping they're sticking around a little bit longer than the last one, but we're kind of just hoping that people will leave them alone and just appreciate them.
Well,
not try to take them home.
Obviously, Maiya, from the Knotty Knitters, you don't really want to be known how to get a hold of you or anything like that. But will there be any web presence, or is there any way to email you or anything like that?
Yeah, we have a blog, knitting is Knotty Eugene at Blogspot, and then also, like I said, we meet Wednesday evenings at the Divine Cupcake. So if anyone really wanted to stop by and see us there,
all right, Divine Cupcake,
they can come knit with us or anything. We have we have people who paint and sculpt and cross stitch and sew. So it's just really a giant crafting night.
The Divine Cupcake over across from Ring of Fire restaurant.
Yes, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wednesday evenings around 6:30 generally when we're there.
Well, I'm so glad you appeared on the Sunday Morning Hangover show. I'm really excited about the idea, and I hope that you'll contact the Eugene Storefront Art Project about maybe a joint collaboration at some point.
Yes, absolutely. We were thinking about that. We had talked about doing some sort of installation in a more professional manner, I guess.
There's nothing professional about our group, but anyways, thank you so much, Maiya from the Knotty.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, and hang on the phone. I want to talk to you while I'm playing this record. So back to the Leo D line.